Welcome back to the 2008 Aussie Millions Cash Game Invitational. In just a couple of weeks, the action shifts from just 8 players to nearly 800 when the Aussie Millions main event takes center stage.
The Aussie Millions is one of the biggest poker tournaments in the world.
If they have a really good structure, the blinds and antes go up reasonably slow. There's a lot of really good players that fly into town.
Yeah, this is huge. To miss the crown Aussie Millions is like insane.
If we had majors in poker, the Aussie Millions have to be one of them.
$1.65 million awaits the winner. The Aussie Millions main event kicks off in 2 weeks. You don't want to miss it.
Well, Barry, I'm not going to miss it. I'm looking to knock off that guy, last year's champion, Gus Hansen.
Where are you from in Australia?
This is my hometown. This is it.
Did you grow up here, or?
Yeah, I was born in Melbourne, and I used to travel to Vegas to play poker, and now we have probably one of the best tournaments in the world here.
The Croc has played in every Aussie Million since 2003. And the action will fold over to Tony G, who also will fold, and so will the Croc. And now Gus Hansen. Hansen with a Jack-3 suited will raise to 5,200.
An aggressive play from Gus.
Fold for Adams and Alezra, now Antonius.
But he will have position. Patrick, ace-6 offsuit. Some players might not call the raise here, but at this stage, I think Patrick's looking for any excuse to get into a pot, and he does call.
So 2 players to the flop. And on the flop, ace, jack, 5. So Antonius has paired his ace. Hansen has paired his jack. Check from Patrick Antonius.
Well, we'd expect Gus to continue firing here. Make a continuation bet. He represented a strong hand. He actually flopped a little something. He does bet.
6,600.
Well, I'd expect Patrick to at least call. Probably call is the most likely play here, but he could raise, trying to protect his hand if it is good, and find out where he's at if it's no good.
And it looks as though he's just going to call.
Yeah, he counts out a call and does call. Now, Gus not thrilled. At this point, he has to hope that Patrick has a draw, which, of course, could easily win anyway. Wow, that's not a good card for Gus.
Antonius checks.
The problem with Gus's hand here is if Patrick had a flush draw or a straight draw, he's made at least a pair of queens here. So if Gus Hansen bets on the turn, he's just bluffing. But he might just check it here. Maybe he could hope that Patrick had a small straight draw. Draw to the 5 high straight. But he's counting out a solid bet.
15,200.
Well, Patrick can't be thrilled here. Gus did raise before the flop. If he has an ace, he almost certainly has Patrick out kicked. But Patrick does have that 6 of diamonds. Gives him some outs if Gus has a better ace, potentially. And when you've been winning every hand all night, it gets a little easier to call.
We come to the river. It is a 6 of hearts, and that gives Antonius 2 pair. He checks.
Well, and that will make it a lot easier to call a bluff on the river if Gus decides to fire the 4th bullet in this hand.
Howard, it hardly seems that there's a bet that Hansen can make that would get Antonius off this hand.
Well, he doesn't have enough chips in front of him. Well, he's betting 42,200.
I call.
Yep, a quick call from Antonius. We can just add that bet to Patrick's stack. Things just keep getting better.
And Antonius is going to rake in 140,600 on this hand, much to the chagrin, needless to say, of Gus Hansen.
Well, his blinding charm and stack and skill just seems to get these good players to just shovel their chips toward him.
Well, Patrick Antonius has increased his earnings to a whopping $438,000. That's just under $400,000 U.S. Nice showings also from young Tom Dwan and Billy the Croc, while 3 players currently down over $100,000. Next week, our cash game continues. Patrick Antonius is once again the king of the table. But then a new face with a new agenda joins the game.
I'm not here for the money. I'm here for the ball-busting rights. And the Bank of Antonius is available. You and me, sweetheart. He's got nothing.
Our mystery player is revealed next week. That's all for tonight as play once again provided its ups and downs.
Brutal.
But when the smoke cleared, it was Patrick Antonius laughing all the way to the bank. For Howard Lederer, I'm Barry Tompkins. So long, everybody.